So Palantir stock is coming off yet again another very hot week. So we have to break down how the stock did last week, the charts, what I'm looking to do, and what I see happening potentially here in the short term. And we'll also break down the estimates for EPS, revenue, their upcoming earnings, some numbers, kind of how the fundamentals are looking right now. So guys, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and get up to 15 free stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks, and fund it with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. And for now, your uninvested cash, get this guys, will earn up to 8.1% APY. So if you guys want some free money and you want to help out the channel a bit further, check out that Moomoo link down below in the description box, also in the comment section, or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo. Get your money. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So Palantir stock, you guys all know, is about $1.50 away now from all-time highs. And I think on Friday morning, we hit 44.40 pretty much. We got about 60 cents shy of all-time highs. So this stock has been rocking and rolling. And we did have a slight red day on Friday, barely. We went down about a penny. But we did see some selling intraday after we hit 44.38. We actually got down to about 42.60, so we did dump off around 4%. Then we rallied into close, which goes to show how strong the bulls are in the stock, right? How resilient they are. After a bit of a sell-off midday, they ran. The stock ran. The bulls came in, pushed this thing higher, and you guys can see here on the 5-day, 5-minute, with that move at the end of the day, guess what? We held a higher low on Palantir. Can you believe that, man? It's unbelievable. This stock has just been dominated by the bulls. Each time it tries to sell off a little bit, it's short-lived. At least it has been here in the short term. And again, we held a higher low. Bulls came in and they pushed this thing even higher. You guys can see the trend looks solid on the 5-day, 5-minute with the push to 44.38. We took out the highs from Thursday and from all of last week for that matter, right? So we ended off the week, even though we went slightly red on Friday, I would still say we ended off the week very strong here, as we almost hit all-time highs on Friday. And we took out the highs from the entire week on Friday, right? And just this past week, guys, from Monday to Friday, the stock went from 38.78 on Monday's low all the way to 44.38. We're talking a 15% move for PLTR throughout the last week, which is unreal, guys. And here on the 4-hour chart, we can see how close we are to all-time highs. Well, I guess you can see that more on the max chart here. $45 flat being the all-time high right here above my big old head. You guys see that? And we're getting pretty close. You guys all know that, but at the same time, we're getting pretty overbought, right? We got to be real here. And I think ultimately PLTR will hit all-time highs. My bold prediction is at some point this week, but I think we're also going to get some sort of either a pullback or some sideways trading. I think it's due, right? I think Palantir stock, as much as I love the company, as much as I'm long the stock, I own it, I think we're due for a pullback, right? Whether it's down to the low 40s, 41, 42, maybe it consolidates a bit here in the low mid 40s. I don't know. All I do know is we're not going to get these crazy green weeks where we go up 15% every week forever. And I think you guys know that, obviously. We're due, in my opinion, for some sort of pull down. And if it comes down to, let's say, the 50 moving average, being around $40 and it hovers around there for a little bit, I think that'd be a healthy spot overall for the stock. And their earnings as of now on Thinkorswim are on the 31st of October after the bell. And I'd be a little bit worried if Palantir stock was at all-time highs, super overbought, super stretched on the 4-hour chart. I'd be a bit nervous if it's priced to perfection heading into earnings, because at that point, if they slip up a little bit, which I don't think they will, but you never know, that could cause a bigger sell-off post-earnings, kind of like a shock reaction to the earnings, a sell the news event. That could potentially happen here if it's super overbought, priced to perfection heading into earnings, which they're in about 2-3 weeks, so we might actually get a pullback before earnings. We'll see how that goes, but keep that in mind overall for this week, guys, for PLTR. And let me pull up quickly Yahoo Finance very quickly here, guys. By the way, run that like button up. Let's get at least 150 likes on this video. Can we get 200 likes on this video? Is it possible? And make sure to subscribe. I think 40% of you guys, 50% of you that watch the channel, you watch, but you're not subscribed. So if that's you, I'm going to need you to subscribe, guys. Hit that button down there. And yeah, I appreciate you all for tuning in. So the market cap right now on Palantir is $97 billion, guys. So we're almost on $100 billion company, which is wild, considering when I started buying the stock a couple months ago at $20 per share, $21, wherever it was like a $50 billion market cap. So we've come up a lot throughout the course of this year and since the time I bought it. And the PE ratio right now is 255. So, yeah, a value investor would look at that and they'd start crying, right? Considering that's pretty high. I mean, the S&P's PE ratio is like a 30 right now, wherever it's at. So we're talking many multiples higher than the S&P 500's PE ratio. It's high. It's up there. 255. It's up there, right? I'm not going to lie. And if we look at the forward PE, let me pull it up here on the statistics page, guys. Bear with me. Forward PE is an 100. All right, it's at an 100. It's projected to come down a lot more over the next year. You guys see that right here. The forward PE is an 103. Again, trailing is 255. So, yeah, as the company continues to grow earnings into the future, right, that's going to bring that PE ratio down. Granted, if the price keeps going crazy, it's a math formula. You know how that goes, right? If the price goes crazy, the PE is going to remain high. But, if they grow earnings into the future and we get a slow increase in the stock price, right? If earnings grow faster than the stock price, that PE ratio will come down. But either way, right, it's projected to get better on a forward basis. Trailing 12 months, again, 255 P. That's very high. I'll be the first to tell you that. I personally wouldn't be buying a bunch of Palantir stock at these levels. I'd wait for a pullback to initiate a position. Or, if you want a dollar cost average, whatever, buy a little bit here, but I wouldn't go all in or buy a bunch of shares until it came down a bit. Because, at the end of the day, guys, when it comes to stocks, right, individual stocks, it's not about just buying a great company at whatever price it's at, right? It's about buying a great company at a great price, right? You could buy the best company in the world. One could argue Apple's the best company, Costco, whatever. There's so many great companies, but if you buy them at whatever old price, you're not going to get the best return long term. You have to be really diligent on where you buy, your shares, because that's what it comes down to. It's not about the company. Sure, it is about the company, but you got to buy it at the right price, right? So, yeah, that's kind of a quick little, point there. I think Palantir is a great company, a lot of growth ahead, but they are a little bit lofty right now, valuation-wise, you could argue. So I'd be careful here. I'd be careful, but it doesn't mean they can't grow into that valuation. In fact, that's exactly what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to grow into it, and I don't think we're due for a crash or anything like that. Maybe a little pullback, but ultimately, yeah, I think they're going to grow into the valuation. So what do you guys think? I'm actually curious. What do you guys think? Oh, wait, I almost forgot. let me show you the earnings coming up. How could I forget, guys? What the heck am I doing here? Give me a second here, guys. So EPS on average, excuse me, is projected at 9 cents versus 7 cents from last year. All right. Revenue on average, $701 million. I'm not seeing the last year number there, but for the current year, total revenue is $2.76 billion on average versus $2.23 billion last year. 24% revenue growth for 2024 is what's projected, which is not bad. And I think they will grow more heading into the future, but we'll see. Time will tell. So let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments. Run those likes up. Do not forget to subscribe. Very important here on YouTube, guys. And shout out to everybody that's been joining the Patreon. I post my real-time moves in my Patreon portfolio every single week. Link down below. I'm putting in money in the portfolio every week. I'm buying stocks, and you guys see full transparency how the portfolio is doing, how the stocks I'm buying are doing, all of that good stuff. Check it out on Patreon down below. There's also a Discord, and you get more access to me throughout the week. I'll leave a link in the description box and in the comment section. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.